out to Leszewski. Leszewski for three. Got it!
Money, huddle, gotta, cuddle, lot of orders, dollars, quarters.
Welcome back, Irish fans, to Breaking Down Gray's Boys podcast. Today we have another interview with Notre Dame walk-on Elijah Morgan. Elijah, thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
I also got Jake with me today. Jake, if you want to say what's up.
Yeah, what's up? We're glad to have Elijah on. I'm looking forward to it.
So I guess we'll get into the questions now. We talked about this a little bit off camera, but when are you planning on returning to getting to campus? And do you have any updates about what it's going to be like when you're back? Are you going to have to quarantine, anything like that?
So right now we're going back August 1st. That's a set date for, all of our players to return and stuff. And right now we have to get a bunch of concussion tests and physicals done before. And so right now we're not, scheduled to quarantine unless, of course, somebody has symptoms or something like that. But they're really making sure we they're testing us as soon as we get up there. And I just took a coronavirus test on Friday to allow me to come to campus. So they really got everything under control and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Setting serious parameters before we go back. So just making sure everybody stays safe.
You tested negative, right? Or you not got it back yet?
No, I haven't got it back yet.
All right, hopefully that's a negative test.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Jake, can go ahead.
Okay, so the coaches and Prentice Hub have talked about how you really challenge everybody in practice very well. What is your mindset going into that?
For me, it's just confidence. It's going in there knowing that, I can perform just as well as they can. I put in, Prince is my guy. Me and him, we work out, outside of practice and stuff together. So me and him are, constantly, in contact and stuff like that. So I think just, having that right mentality, go out there and dominate, have that dog mentality for me. That's what's gotten me this far. So just, every day in practice, trying to maintain that mentality of doing what I do, giving everybody trouble, or just performing. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have the story with it seems like Prentice Hub wears the number 31 jersey during practice. Do you have a story with that?
Yeah, actually, I think it was the Georgia Tech game.
Mm-hmm.
Away at Georgia Tech. And they had without my name on it. So that day he was my son, Elijah Morgan Jr. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, he had to wear my practice jersey. That practice, so it just looked kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember, but that day I actually met you at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, you met a bunch of us. So.
Mm-hmm. See, I'll show you.
Oh yeah, I remember signing that.
And then what can you tell us about your academic scholarship at Notre Dame? I don't think a lot of people know about that. Mm-hmm. It's like a New Orleans thing.
Yeah, so it's called the Posse Scholarship, and it's like this academic/leadership scholarship where basically me and 10 other kids from New Orleans, we all go to Notre Dame. So the point is called the Posse Scholarship because I don't know when it was first started. It was started late 1900s. It said a guy dropped out of college because he didn't have, he said, I wouldn't have dropped out if I had my posse with me. So they created a scholarship where a bunch of kids go through interviews. We have to write essays, a bunch of stuff. And they send, a cohort of 10 or 11 kids to Notre Dame. So, it's full tuition. So that's, really good financial-wise. And so, yeah, it's me and 10 other, kids from around the city. So
that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. We have to meet once a week. So we meet last year with Mondays at 6 p.m. So we never played on Mondays, so that fit right into my schedule. But those are some of my closest friends besides on the team. So.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the process like to walk on to the team? I heard that I think it was Coach Bray said you were the best one by far at that process. What was that like?
So me. I accomplishments for my high school career, And after that, I think one of my high school coaches was able to get in contact with them. And after that, I showed up there. Coach Swanigan texted me. He told me to come in. I first started playing pickup with them, like as soon as I got to campus. And so played a couple games of pickup, and then after that, there was actually an official walk-on tryout. So they had a bunch of kids come to that, and it came down to me and one other kid. His name was Pablo, and then we started coming in for actual practices when they started practice. This was all back in like September, early September, something like that. And so I guess over the week, me and Pablo were at practice, and then they just told me that I won the job basically. So it was kind of like a process that went over like maybe 2 weeks, something like that.
How many kids showed up to attempt to walk on?
Oh, probably I would say maybe like 30, 35, something like that.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So you went to campus without knowing that you were going to make the team?
Yeah. I went to campus. Coach Swanigan did text me before I got to campus, the day before I was flying to campus, or driving actually. But yeah, I basically went to camp. I mean, him texting me wasn't like oh, you're on the team or anything like that. It was just a simple text. So yeah, I basically went in there without knowing that I was gonna be on a team.
Wow, that's great.
Did you think like you had since you were pretty good in high school basketball, I know you got some accolades. Did you think like, you had like, you were probably like up there in terms of the kids trying out? Like, did you get that sense, or was it like?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I didn't really care who was trying out. I didn't pay attention to anybody else. I didn't really know any. I think all the other kids were part of the club basketball team, apparently. But I think I was, one of the only freshmen there. But yeah, I didn't care about who was there. I just went and played my game. I felt like I was better than everybody. So I mean, just that confidence piece I talked about earlier, that was really a big thing for me.
Hmm. Now that you talk about that, it seems like you had it in the bag. You were playing against like club basketball players. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not to, of course, like, what am I trying to say? Dog them out or anything, but I mean, I just felt that I was better. So.
hmm is there anything in specific you focused on, like improving on this off season?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Ayers, who's the guards coach, just asking him like things that I should improve on. And so, of course, I always improve on shooting. So I really worked on getting up at least 700 shots a day. I worked on floaters, that height difference from high school to college can't be, getting all the way in there with the trees and stuff like that. Using the rim as protection, so reverse layups, a bunch of left hand stuff. Start working on this like left hand hook shot type thing. But just like the fundamental guard work, dribbling, bringing the ball up the court, being under control, stuff like that.
hmm You can get a floater over Jawan and Nate now.
Oh yeah, I've gotten over Jawan a couple of times, but you just got to pick and choose when you go in there. You got to be smart with it.
hmm
So I think you got some D1 offers, right? Is
Yeah,
that true?
yeah.
So what was it tough for you to turn those down, or did you know Notre Dame was the right choice for you?
I mean, I was put in a a unique situation where I had the D1 scholarship, and I also had the academic side where I did well in high school. So I mean, yeah, I would say it was hard because you have this school that wants you. Not to say that Notre Dame doesn't want me now, but you had a school that was recruiting me, coming to my practices, stuff like that in high school, and yeah. So I mean, it's tough to step away to decline that offer, of course, but once I got that Notre Dame opportunity, I felt as if I had to think beyond basketball. I had to think for my future, and for me, getting a diploma from Notre Dame is something not everybody gets to do. It holds a lot of weight in the country as well as the world. I mean, it's what am I trying to say? It has like a big, alumni network, and it holds a lot of value. So I felt as if I had to think beyond basketball, and I guess just hope for the best that I made the team. So
That's cool. What are you studying at Notre Dame?
currently, I'm studying sociology. I was a film, television, theater major, but I switched my major to sociology. So that's what I'm studying right now.
Mhm. How much would you say that academic scholarship contributed to your decision? Because it probably did a lot.
Yeah, that was a big decision because with the scholarship, it was a binding scholarship, an early decision binding scholarship. So that means that if I got it, I was supposed to go, and so I got it back in January of my senior year. That's when I found that I got it because they had like a series of cuts and stuff that they were doing. So I think the last interview there were 20 kids and they had to cut it to 10. So I mean, once I got that call, that I was weighing that option and the that D1 scholarship option, and so once again, I just decided to go what's best for me and my future. So it definitely played a big role.
What's it like to play at the Cameron Indoor there? And you hit a 3-2. I mean, that's a crazy environment to play in. What was
Yeah.
that experience?
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, you grow up watching Duke on TV all the time. Wednesday nights, Saturdays. It's always been a dream to play in there. So I mean, in the environment, I didn't realize the gym was that small, but man, it gets loud in there. And I went in there, and when I got in, I was just thinking like, I gotta score. I got to somewhere or another. So but I mean, I felt really relaxed in there. Hitting a three was pretty crazy. But yeah, that was one of my better games. So it was a crazy environment. Students are really close to you. They're right there on the baseline. So yeah, it was fun.
Obviously, we would have hoped that it was a different outcome in that game, but it was cool you got to go in, hit that three.
Yeah, that was not the best game for us for sure.
Mm-hmm. So now we'll go on to the speed round. We're done with the regular questions. You did it on the radio show with Jack Nolan and the coaches. Yeah. But first, this one's actually close. I think you can tie it. LeBron or Jordan?
Dang. I still have to say Jordan.
At least I don't like that answer. I don't know what Jake feels about that, but we've had
I'd say Jordan, but I think Jack Nolan put it well that it's either way, it's a great answer. They're both amazing.
Yeah, I think I would have said LeBron before The Last Dance came out, but just seeing like what he did day in and day out and what he overcame and stuff like that, and having that mentality, I would still say he's the GOAT.
Mm-hmm. Nate was talking about how you guys argue about that like multiple times a week. Are you part of that?
Man, yeah, I'm part of that. It goes from Jordan and LeBron, Kobe versus LeBron. I mean, we just love getting those type of debates. It's fun.
Was Rex the one starting the Kobe versus LeBron one?
Yeah, like him and Nick Joga are real big Kobe fans. So it's always those two for Kobe, and then everybody else, puts in their own word, and we just debate back and forth.
Mm-hmm. This one is a pretty relevant question for you, maybe more than anybody, because you would have came to Notre Dame even if you didn't make the team. Mm-hmm. What was your favorite non-basketball part of Notre Dame, or what is?
Favorite non-basketball part? I would say I wouldn't say academics is my favorite part, but I would say maybe like the campus life, like, football games, just everybody being outside in the quad and stuff like that. So I would say the campus life.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully we can get a lot of that this year.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It's such a nice place, really.
Yeah, it's a great campus.
Mm-hmm. What current or former teammate would you compare yourself to on the court?
On the court. I mean, I think me and Prentice, our games are kind of similar. We can both shoot from the perimeter. We both, can handle the ball pretty well. He can finish around the rim. So I think my game mirrors Prance's a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We
What?
work out together, stuff like that. So
Hmm. Have you worked out with him this off season?
no, not yet. I only got to go up to campus to move out, but other than that, I've been back at home working out by myself and with my dad. So
Hmm. What's something people don't know about you? Would you say?
people don't know about me. I'm a good dancer. I would say that. I would actually claim best dancer on the team. Not to toot my
Wow.
own horn, but I would claim that.
Cormac actually claimed that like 2 weeks ago on here.
Did he?
Hmm. Yeah.
Interesting. I would say me and Cormac are top dancers on the team. I would say that.
Hmm. We also brought up Prentice up. Is he anywhere near that?
Nah.
No.
We have this little like dance circle before the games, and he's never in it. So
Hmm.
he's not a dancer.
Yeah, you and Cormac might have to fight that out.
Yeah,
Might have
I have to talk to my
to be a
man
dance
about
battle.
that.
What was your favorite game this season? I know you got into a few. There were some great games that you weren't in.
Yeah. I think the favorite game that I witnessed was that Toledo game. That was a crazy game. Just hitting that shot and Nate hitting that shot, that was crazy. The environment was crazy. North Carolina was a crazy game too. So yeah, I would say those games were one of my favorites.
Hmm. You talked about a Notre Dame comparison. Do you have an NBA comparison for yourself?
I like the way I think me and like DJ Augustine plays for the Magic. He's actually from New Orleans. So I met him, and yeah, I think he's a little bit more undersized, but he's got that quickness to him. He got a nice floater game. He can shoot from the outside, and he handles the ball pretty well. So I would say probably DJ Augustine.
There you go. DJ Augustine, former Bull. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what would you say your favorite opposing stadium was? We talked about Cameron Indoor a little bit. Is there anything else?
North Carolina's stadium, that thing was huge. I've never been there before, and that was the first time I've been there. Yeah, I didn't expect it to. I didn't know it was that big. That was a crazy environment too, and they packed it, of course, first game of the year.
Hmm. Yeah, we would have liked to come out on the better side of
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, that was a tough game for us second half.
Hmm. And then we have to ask. You talked about New Orleans. Are you there right now?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you?
there right now.
Yeah, I was a little confused last night because I didn't even know that New Orleans was in Central Time. I thought they were
Yeah,
Eastern.
yeah. So I tried to give myself an extra hour to get ready and stuff. But yeah, we're in Central Time, so all my meetings, all the Zoom meetings with the team, I got to be on there an hour before. So I mean, it's an adjustment, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it must have been pretty bad for you because this is the earliest I've woken up in like 3 weeks. So
Really?
yeah.
Well, summer school, I was waking up really early, but I mean, now that I'm off, I'll probably be, a 10 o'clock riser on the regular now.
I know Jake gets up early, but I'm in Georgia and there's nothing going on here
Okay.
anymore. Everything's shut down. So
Yeah.
there's
I don't
nothing.
blame you for sleeping in. I
Hmm.
don't blame you at all.
Well, who would you say your favorite artist or rapper is?
Artist or rapper? Right now, I think Lil Baby. I think he's the hottest out right now. That's who I listen to a lot. So I would say him.
There you go. That's a good choice. And then the
Yeah.
last one we have for you, favorite athlete growing up could be NFL, NBA player, anybody.
Well, I used to play football in high school. I stopped like after my sophomore year. And so back then, Odell Beckham was my favorite athlete. But I mean, I've always been playing basketball. So I mean, Steph Curry. I got a little like Steph Curry shirt, and that dude is he's all since like Davidson in the March Madness. I've always been following him. So definitely Steph Curry and Odell Beckham for me.
You were a slot receiver, right?
Fly
You talked
receiver,
about.
yeah.
There you
And
go.
Odell Beckham's from New Orleans too. So that was kind
Oh,
of
I didn't even know that.
yeah.
But
So,
so that's all we got for you. Any closing remarks from you?
I'm looking forward to this upcoming season. Looking forward to, what I can do to, help this team get better. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to Saturday getting back to campus. So,
Hopefully we can see you on the court a little more this year.
yep, me too. I'm hoping that too.
Jake, you got any closing remarks?
Just what you said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking to seeing you on the court. Looking to seeing the team play. I'm looking. Hopefully, we have a good season this year, and hopefully it happens. Go Irish. Not much else.
Go Irish. So that's all we got today. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks again to Elijah for coming on. Thanks, Jake, for coming on. But that's all we're going to have for today. Peace.